Well, hey everybody. I usually do videos for the Soul Tribe podcast and kind of channel or go through what I'm feeling at the time, what they kind of are making me feel or letting me know. Using sometimes my cards with me, using sometimes whatever knowledge I have on top of the masters giving me information, but I don't know what it is. I haven't sat down to even fully analyze it, to fully channel it either, because I'm just starting to get it today. So I need to sit down and meditate and be in a neutral place before I channel it, because something feels off to me. Something feels weird. I don't even know if I should use the word weird. It feels off. Something difficult and complicated feels like it's on the verge of arriving towards us. And my advice towards the kind of information they have given me, which is little to none for now, because like I said, I haven't channeled it fully. Prepare for more hard moments to come. We need to start creating stability inside of us. What does that mean to them? That means recognizing who and what you really are, which is we're not just this hair, skin, like what we're wearing. Like, we are something much more than this. There's so much more that we have to remember that we are. We're beings of light who have chosen the possibility to incarnate so we can have life experiences. But when the human collective gets together and we don't do things properly, it's not just you as a person. If you're doing something properly, it's what everyone else is doing as a collective. I'm going to be at some point tapping into that or downloading that, right? And it's gotten to a point where we're being pushed to the edge. And we tend to follow the wrong leaders. That's like a big thing that I keep seeing, that they keep showing me. We're not following the correct leaders. And we need to stop this, what is it called? Monkey see, monkey do? Or in Spanish, there's like another, I'm thinking of the one in Spanish, which is like, it's kind of like person that sees, person that wants, or person that sees and person that does. First of all, there's no light, even a being of light, or even an incarnated individual whom is highly spiritual and connected. They're not going to have all the answers of what you're supposed to do, because this is the time where you need to start evolving your intuitive side. This is the moment to do it. If you haven't done it, what are you waiting for? Like, go get that done. And if you're a busy person with a family and a job, then go do that when you finish your work shift, or when you finish putting the kids down to sleep, and go and read up on subjects, watch, I don't know, something on TV, listen to a podcast or YouTube channel, whatever it is that's getting you to wake up to the real part of you, because you're in a severe situation when, if you don't wake up, and if we keep being bombarded by situations, which it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon, at least this year, you're going to be the one that's going to be most impacted by them. Your rage is going to hit, your anger is going to hit, like all that trauma, all that stuff that we just swallow as a collective, and swallow, that's going to start coming up. And so this is the time to get it out before more things hit us, so that you're cleansing yourself out. You're aware of what you are. You're aware of your capabilities. You're intuitively connected to yourself and what you are. This year is going to continue to be rough. It's not going to be easy. And I want everybody to wake up. I want everybody to align. I want everybody to be in a better place, because that's going to create a better experience for you, but also it's going to create a better experience for me, because I'm part of that collective, just like you are. So the more people we as individuals help wake up, the better it is for them and the better it is for ourselves. So it's this selfish, not selfish thing, right? You want people to wake up because we're going through these things. We're going to continue going through these things. The sooner everybody wakes up, the sooner everybody gets in line, the more we can all come together. And possibly there's a bunch of situations that we won't have to go through if everybody wakes up in time. But it feels complicated. That's that's the only way. I don't even know how to describe the way they show it to me. It feels very complicated. It's not as black and white. There's a lot of complexity to it. There's a lot of human collective trauma, human collective karma. Like, there is a lot of karma as a collective that we've created, and we're dealing with it. We're dealing with it, and we're going to continue to deal with it, and start going in and start finding things out. I channeled a message from the Masters this morning about it, and I think they were very clear. If you pay attention to the message, it's basically saying the way to resolve what's going on outside of us is to resolve first what's going on inside of us, right? And it sounds really like yogi, it sounds like a yogi solution, I guess you can call it, but that's the actual solution. It starts with us, right? It's almost like a little kid. How can we properly give nutrition to a baby, to a child? Well, not a baby, because a baby is drinking milk, but how can we properly give nutrition to a toddler and give it proper food and make sure that it eats balanced and that child's healthy, right? How can we do that if we don't even know how to do it with ourselves? I don't know that I'm supposed to eat the vegetables. I don't even know what vegetables. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't know what vitamins I need. I don't know what my body needs. I'm not aware of any of these things. How can I take care of the child and make sure that they have their health and their physical needs met? This is the same thing. How can I spiritually help the human collective evolve and realign if I haven't even done it with myself yet? So that's the biggest thing I wanted to get out there. And this was similar to a message that I put out not too long ago, also on the IGTV of the Soul Tribe, about finding the power inside of us and the light inside of us. And they're pushing me to speak more. They're pushing me to do more because it's not over, guys. It's not over. It feels like it's going back to normal. And I know that I started taking Aurora back to preschool this week. Kids are back at preschool. Kids are back at school here. People are slowly going back to work. And virus-wise, right? Everything else, there's still a lot of stuff, energetic stuff going on. But virus-wise, it seems to be going back to normal. But I don't know what's coming. But I feel something. And so I want everybody to align and prepare, emotionally prepare, spiritually prepare. That's my main thing, spiritually prepare, just by being aware of what you really are and contacting that and feeling it. Rekindle, situations that you might have with family members. If there are individuals out there that you haven't spoken to in a while and you feel like there's a conversation pending, you feel like there's something you need to tell them. And I'm not saying tell them off. I'm saying maybe there's something you need to tell them. Maybe there's something specific you want them to hear. Maybe there's something you want them to be aware of. Maybe you just want to make a full amends. This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. Clean your own personal karmic slate. Clean your own personal traumas and fears and pains and all that stuff. Start eating healthy, start eating balanced, get back together and connected with Mother Nature. We're Earth, we're human beings. Mother Nature is the mother of all of us. She's the owner of our body, she's the owner of everything. Why wouldn't we get back? Why wouldn't we try to find a way to align ourselves with getting back in touch with her? And so, yeah, that's my advice. And I hope it's somehow understood with a somewhat complex year, which will continue to be complex, but also the collective trauma and the collective fears and collective anxiety. A lot of what's going on is not just fear and trauma and trying to make things right again. There's a lot of collective anxiety, but anxiety comes from fear. And so we all need to clean this stuff out. It needs to be cleaned out. And that doesn't mean doing it in the wrong way. That means going inside before you go out to try to fix it. It's like a broken relationship, right? You can go to your significant other and try to talk about the issues you're having, but unless you're fully clear inside of yourself what you want, what you need, what you desire, what you need for your needs to be met, what is it you need from them, and what is it you need from yourself. And unless you're balanced, that conversation is not gonna go somewhere good, right? So this is the same thing. Before we go outwards looking for a solution, first go inwards and be very clear. Is this what I'm feeling? Is this anxiety? Is this fear? Is this trauma? Let me clean it out. Let me figure it out. And then let me continue with the next thing and just start clearing them out and clearing them out. It's like an onion. They always say, the Akashic Records always talk about the onion, right? You have layers. So you have one layer of something and fear and trauma or whatever it is. You take it out and then you get to the other layer. It's just never stopping. You're always finding something to clear out, to understand, to clear out. And if we had a perfect life and we had no issues, then we had no missions left, no purpose, then we wouldn't even be incarnated. We'd be leaving. So that's another thing that's pretty clear that the masters have communicated before. Like, you're here to have a certain experience. But we also have the power to realign ourselves, figure out what we really are, and improve that life experience for ourselves. So that's my advice. And I don't know what it is why they're making me feel so unsure about what it is, but energetically speaking, it feels like this isn't over, and it actually feels more like the beginning than the end. So I'm wondering what, I keep thinking about the way they communicated the beginning of this year, and they communicated in certain words that I didn't really consider to be such a big deal. So I misinterpreted it, or maybe I was being too positive about it. I don't know. I think I knew that something was coming, and I knew that there was some sort of change that was needed and coming. And for change, no change comes easy, especially for a human collective that's so stuck on their ways. Change was going to imply some really rough pushing from the elemental side, the spiritual side, from Mother Earth herself. So go in, guys. Go in. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep searching. Keep finding. Read, study, understand, and use your own free time to work on yourself, to figure it out, to study things that you like, to read it and make yourself more informed about who and what we really are. I guess I'll leave you with that. We're supposed to ponder and reflect, and the only way for that to happen is I'm looking down at the cards I have. The only way for that to happen is for there to be an awakening and a cleansing. And these are all our awakenings and our cleansings, and they're not easy, and they're going to continue to be somewhat rough at times, but also there are beings that are aware of what we are, but they can't push for us. They can illuminate themselves and align themselves and communicate it, but it's up to you to absorb it, acknowledge it, work on it, and then your light turns on, and then your light will allow another light to turn on, or one or two or three lights. And those 1 or 2, 3 lights, if they do their side, they'll light up, and they'll be able to communicate it to another 2 or 3. So it's this huge universal, I see it like spider web, right? So with that, today I decided my lettuce has been ready, so I decided to pick some of my lettuce and make a really nice salad for Sandra and I for lunch. So I recorded me going out and checking the lettuce, and then I cleaned the lettuce. It had a lot of lice, which apparently is normal, but I haven't sprayed it down with anything. I just organically just put everything together and kind of left it there to grow on its own. So yeah, I had a nice salad from my own, home growth vegetables, and it was a nice first step. I had my radishes in there. The radishes I had grown. I had my lettuce in there that I had grown, and then I added some more fruit and stuff and nuts, and yeah, it was really nice. And some goat cheese. But I'm trying. This is a positive message. This is a positive message saying that we actually have the power. Like, I don't know if it sounds that way, but we have the power to illuminate ourselves and then help illuminate others. So this is the time to do it. But also, when things get rough, don't let that light or that power turn off. That's when you need to double down on it, right? So I'll leave you with that, and I hope everybody's doing okay. Depending on where you're in the world, you're either starting to have a normal life again, and some places are still in lockdown, I think. But I wouldn't say don't put your guard down yet, is what I was thinking about saying, but it's not that. It's energetically, we're going through a lot of karmic and a lot of cleansing, a lot of karmic stuff and a lot of cleansing. So it's not just about COVID-19. It's not just about, things being unfair in this world. It's about all of us activating what we need to so we can make the world a better place for everyone. All right. Bye, guys.